Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me. It's so hard to believe 2 years has passed since we had our annual meeting and awards recognition in person in January of 2020. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Margie Ostrower, the Executive Director for the Greater New York Chapter. And as excited as I am to sit here and get ready to recognize people, I can't help but feel so frustrated that we are still looking at screens and not being together. This is the year 2022 where we are going to be back together, and we all know it, we all see it. So there's a big snow forecast for this weekend, but guess what? We've got 6 Great Strides dates on the calendar in person. The link is going into the chat so you can click and find the date out of your favorite site and be there like you've been for the last couple of years. I also want to throw out a special thank you to so many of you behind the scenes who have become advocates in the past 2 years. We've had so many important COVID-related issues that we have had to fight hard for, and there is strength in numbers, and each one of you that have become advocates make a huge difference in all the successes that lead to people who have CF and their daily battles. So I thank you very much for that. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our presentation, which is about 20 minutes. It's slightly more than 20 minutes. And then there is a break before the annual meeting begins at 8 o'clock. And during that break, there'll be help for you if you need help connecting to the annual meeting. So take it away, presentation.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Brad Holmes, the current chair of the Greater New York chapter of the CF Foundation. I'd like to thank Peter Hodge, our vice chair, as well as all the members of the board for their ongoing support of the chapter and the important mission of the CF Foundation. I'm proud to say that I've been involved with the chapter for over 25 years, shortly after meeting my future wife Jill and her sister Robin, both of whom have CF. It's certainly been a tough 22 months for all of us since COVID entered our lives, but I'm extremely excited and optimistic about the return of in-person events in 2022, such as Great Strides, and welcoming new events such as the Brooklyn Half and Full Marathons. And I'd love to send my heartfelt thanks out to all the volunteers and supporters of the chapter, some of whom will be receiving special awards very shortly. So stay tuned, and congratulations to all the winners.
Chris Pierre is a longtime supporter of the CF Foundation and team leader of one of the top fundraising teams at Suffolk County Great Strides, Brendan's 100th birthday. As a mother of a person with CF, Chris has dedicated her time and resources to help make CF stand for Cure Found. From team fundraising to donating auction items, Chris has raised over $50,000. Congratulations to Chris Pierre, our 2021 Great Strides Partner Award recipient.
Tom has been a champion of the Greater New York Chapter and CF Foundation for almost 2 decades, father of 2 sons, Miles and Charlie. Charlie is 20 years old and has CF. Tom is currently serving his 3rd term on the chapter's board of directors. He started hosting the North Shore Golf Tournament in 2003 and held it for 15 years, raising over $3 million. For the past 2 years, Tom has generously provided the chapter with an annual fund match and has participated on the National Individual Giving Committee.
Tompkins Mahopac Bank has been a significant supporter of the Greater New York Chapter for over 14 years, fundraising over $300,000 through sponsorship and team fundraising. More specifically, in 2021, Tompkins Mahopac Bank generously supported our Banking on a Cure initiative and recruited Tompkins Trust Company and Tompkins Bank of Castile to join the New York State collaboration. Additionally, over the past couple of years, Tompkins employees have been volunteering for our chapter, helping with our stewardship campaigns throughout the year. Whether through sponsorship, volunteering, Great Strides walks, third-party events, Tompkins Mahopac Bank has always made our cause their own. We are thrilled to present the 2021 Corporate Champion of the Year to Tompkins Mahopac Bank.
Dawn, her husband Stan, and their families have been closely tied to the Greater New York Chapter since their son Stanley's birth in 2004. Initially, she was involved as chair of the New York City Great Strides Walk and then as family ambassador of the Greater New York Great Strides Walk program. Adorable pictures of Stanley generated awareness for the program through billboards in Times Square, wild postings throughout the city, and appearances on CBS and Good Morning America. Dawn has served on the Greater New York Board of Directors for the past 10 years. This year, she graciously took over the position of Outreach Chair and has been working closely with a committee of dedicated volunteers from each care center to create awareness of the support and programs that the chapter and the foundation can provide to families.
I don't need recognition. I'm on a mission. I'm paying dues. I'm in position. I'm staying up. It's getting late. You're doing good. I'm doing great. Recognition. I'm on a mission. I'm paying dues. I'm in position. I'm staying up. It's getting late. You're doing good. I'm doing great.
Bruce and Naomi Weinberg are longtime supporters of the CF Foundation and members of the highest fundraising team for the Greater New York Cycle for Life, Cycling Fiends. They were introduced to the foundation through their support of Jeff Blank and his incredible fight against CF. Their efforts over the years have collectively raised nearly $12,000. Congratulations to Bruce and Naomi Weinberg, our 2021 Endurance Partner Award recipients.
Dean has been a longtime supporter of the Greater New York Chapter, participating in all events from Great Strides, golf outings, and dinner dances galore. He joined the Tomorrow's Leaders in 2014 when the program was in its early stages of YPLC. Over his 6 years as a member, Dean decided to take a bigger role as the chair of the Greater New York Group in 2020. Eager to get started, he held a kickoff meeting with members rolling out new initiatives, ideas, and strategies that will enhance the program for each of its members. Over the pandemic, Dean didn't skip a beat. He increased recruitment with over 10 new members in 2021, created the chapter directory for the group, an idea later adapted by our national office, hosted several virtual events, and participated in national calls quarterly with other councils from all over the U.S. Dean is a fantastic leader, strong motivator, and creative professional who has dedicated his life to the Foundation's mission. I am honored to present Dean Marcus with this year's Tomorrow's Leaders Award.
Commemorating the 20th anniversary of 9/11, Nick Berger wanted to make this year special by hosting an event in honor and memory of his father, James Patrick Berger, who unfortunately lost his life on that tragic day. Nick's father was a tremendous advocate for raising funds and awareness for cystic fibrosis. Nick is certainly following in his father's footsteps by raising money and awareness for his two cousins who have CF. Nick hosted his second annual Happy Hour for Heroes event on September 9th and raised over $50,000 at Clinton Hall in Lower Manhattan. Cheers and congratulations to Nick on being our 2021 Passion Fundraiser Award recipient.
Francisca, her husband, and 3 daughters, 2 of whom have CF, moved here from Chile in 2015 to gain access to Kaleido. She was very involved in advocacy in Chile, working to create awareness of cystic fibrosis and the medical treatments. Since settling here, Francisca has been a fierce advocate for the Spanish language community, partnering with Dr. Elizabeth de la Riva, a pulmonologist from Westchester Medical Center, to provide family education events for that population. During COVID, Francisca and Dr. de la Riva Velasco provided 5 town halls in Spanish, 1 on a national platform, sharing updates on COVID, the modulators, and other therapies being used in the treatment of CF. Francisca joined Community Voice to help keep the needs of the Spanish language community in sight as the foundation works to become more inclusive.
Every breath brings you one step, one pedal, one leap, closer to the finish line. Now you can help us get one step closer to ours, finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. Join the Cystic Fibrosis Breathe team for guaranteed access to nationwide events like these. Let's win this race together.
The Hero of Hope Award is presented to an individual or organization that does not have a direct CF connection, who helps to further fundraising and awareness for the foundation. This year, we're excited to present the award to Joseph Roberto, Chairman of the Board, President, and CEO of PCSB Bank, who served as the chair for the Great Strides Banking on a Cure campaign in 2021. This was the first year the initiative was promoted across the entire state of New York, and the campaign raised over $23,000 through sponsorships and team fundraising. PCSB Bank has been a longtime supporter of the CF Foundation, and we are so grateful for all they continue to do to help us find a cure. Congratulations, Joe, on being the recipient of the 2021 Hero of Hope Award.
Francesco serves as the chair of the MasterCard YoPros and Purchase, as well as a Greater New York Tomorrow's leader. He has played a significant role as a liaison between the two groups, working alongside our Tomorrow's Leaders chairs, planning networking and professional development collaborations with the chapter. Francesco has supported sponsorship stewardship with MasterCard and other various CF chapter events, always with a smile on his face. His can-do attitude, professionalism, and leadership has shined through the past year, and we are so incredibly thankful for his support. It is my great pleasure to award Francesco Husai with the 2021 Chapter Corporate Champion Award.
Melissa is most certainly a shining star. Her parents, Mindy and Steve, have been involved with the CF Foundation since Melissa and her older brother were diagnosed with CF in the 1970s. Jason passed away from complications due to CF when he was 16, but his memory is with Melissa at every fundraiser, advocacy event, and committee meeting she attends. The positions Melissa has held in her dedication to creating awareness and raising funds for the CF Foundation are too numerous to list in their entirety. But some include being the Foundation's National Advocacy Co-Chair from 2016 to 2018, our own Greater New York Board Advocacy Chair since 2020, and Great Strides team leader of CF on the LES since 2005. She received the Alex Award in 2018 and most recently was elected to the executive committee of the 22 ResearchCon event.
Tom and Alyssa Doyle were introduced to the Greater New York chapter by their care center doctor, while their daughter Sydney was still in utero after being diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. They immediately set up an annual fund page and raised approximately $20,000 before she was born on April 7, 2020. In 2021, despite both working and having a newborn baby, Tom and Alyssa organized and hosted the first ever 18 for 65 golf tournament on Staten Island. With their tremendous amount of support from their friends, family, and coworkers, they created a day of hope and enjoyment and collectively raised over $12,000. Congratulations to Tom and Alyssa Doyle, our 2021 Rookie of the Year recipients. The Golden Sneaker Challenge is a friendly competition among Cystic Fibrosis Foundation care centers, with the goal of supporting the CF community while strengthening the relationship between the center and the local CFF chapter. Care centers have multiple opportunities to earn points throughout the year, from participating in chapter events to recruiting new Tomorrow's leaders and grampians, and so much more. For the first time in 2021, we welcomed all New York State care centers to participate. Exercise rules, and so does the Mount Sinai Beth Israel Cystic Fibrosis Center. This remarkable group of individuals take care of our CF community day in and day out, and then find the time to fundraise and participate in Great Strides, Cycle for Life, and Breathe team events across the chapter. This year, the center fundraised a collective total of over $34,000. Wow! They also host an annual family education night that never disappoints. And let's not forget about recruiting new Tomorrow's Leaders members for the chapter. We are so incredibly thankful to the entire Care Center team for their continued dedication and support of the Foundation's mission to cure cystic fibrosis. Congratulations again to the Cystic Fibrosis Center at Mount Sinai Beth Israel on winning the 2021 Golden Sneaker Challenge.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all of the winners. Big round of applause. Yay! So I am here. I'm Danielle Nicosia. Some of you may recognize me. I am 36 years old and living with cystic fibrosis. I am currently a special education administrator, and this is my 12th year in education. I cannot believe it. The past 2 years have been truly extraordinary as I have been on Trikafta. My breathing FEV1 numbers have went from 49 to 71, which is huge, life-changing numbers. I no longer cough, and I'm on no other medicine except for Trikafta. So that is truly a remarkable thing, and my whole life really has changed. And I am here as just a representative of our Tomorrow's Leaders from our New York City chapter. And I just wanted to say that we are so excited for an amazing 2022 and fingers crossed that we get to be in person. But I also wanted to say that if you need any help logging on to the national annual meeting, which is happening right after this, please shoot over a message in our chat and one of the staff members will be happy to help you log on. Thank you so much again for joining us. We hope you have a really awesome evening and joining the virtual annual meeting, and have a wonderful 2022. And we hope to see you soon. Bye.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again. But life is one big riddle of the future and what's been.